thank you very much. I'm surprised that I'm the first Republican to be here, but you know, I come from a city in which there are no Republicans. Oh, 2 or 3. 2 or 3. There are more Republicans in this side of the room than in New York City. So I'm used to being in Democratic territory, seeking votes. And the reason why we're going to win in November of 2008 is the reason why you should win. We have better ideas. We have ideas that are going to keep this country strong, keep this country safe, keep this country prosperous. You're all going to eventually graduate, right? Right? Well, you want to graduate into a growing economy. You want to graduate into an economy that has more jobs, not less jobs. You want to graduate in an economy in which you'll have a lot of opportunity. You'll have a lot of opportunity to become successful and prosperous and contribute. That's what America is about. America is about the next generation doing better than the last generation. And we're going to do that if we remain committed to growth principles. Not if we what you don't want is to have the Democrats put a lid on you, because that's what they want to do. They want to put a lid on your growth because they do not trust the growth principles that America has always had. They don't trust it. They don't. I'm telling you, they don't trust it. I'll tell you why. There's this whole debate about taxes. Should we raise taxes or lower taxes? And some people think, well, if you raise taxes, you'll get more money from government, and then government can do all these wonderful things with the money. I want you all to read a book. The book is called Testimony. It was written by the new president of France, Nicolas Sarkozy. And the new president of France, no, don't do that yet until you hear his ideas. I know how people used to feel about France, but you got to listen to Sarkozy's ideas. Nicolas Sarkozy wrote this book about a year ago. Just got published recently. This was written before he was going to be president. He was thinking about it, but it was before he became president. And here are his ideas. He wants to reduce the corporate tax in France because the corporate tax rate is so high, he believes they're losing jobs to England and other countries. He wants to reduce the income tax in France. He wants to give more private options because the socialized medicine system in France is so bad. He wants to give parents the ability to choose the school their children go to instead of government telling them where their child has to go to school. And he wants to get the French to work more than 35 hours a week. He wants to get them to work more than 35 hours a week. And basically what he's going to do is he's not going to charge any taxes on the money you earn after 35 hours a week. And he wants to do away with the inheritance tax. And he wants to do all these things. He wants to do all these things to modernize and reform France to make it more like the United States. Now, everybody around the world wants to reduce taxes. They want a smaller government, more of a free market economy. There's only one place and one group of people that I can figure out in the whole world that want to raise taxes. And all of them are running for president of the United States as Democrats. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, John Edwards, they want to raise your taxes by 25 or 30%. They want to give you socialized medicine. They want the government to control where all children go to school. So I've been having a dream, a recurring dream. I've had it 5 times now, 6 times. Are there any psych majors in the audience? Okay. I don't want you to interpret my dream. Because they say when you have a recurring dream, you can interpret it and figure out what it means. But I'm going to tell you the dream because you look really trustworthy. It goes something like this. I started having it about 3 weeks ago. I now have it every other night or every third night. Nicolas Sarkozy, the new president of France, is in an airplane. He's traveling from France to the United States. He is halfway over the Atlantic Ocean when another plane going in the other direction comes very close to his plane, and it almost hits them. They get so close you can look inside the window of both airplanes. He recognizes them, they recognize him. He politely waves to them. They very enthusiastically wave to him. He's heading from the United States to France. They're going from France. He's heading from France to the United States. They're going from the United States to France. And the people that wave at him are Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and John Edwards. They're going to France so that they can figure out how they can take all those failed policies that he wants to change. High taxes, big government, government control of K through 12 education, government control of medicine, and they want to establish them all here in the United States. And believe me, this would not be good for you. This would not create a bright and rosy future. This would not create a future without limits, which is what America can do when America is at its best. America can create a future without limits. It can take the lid off instead of put the lid on. And for you, particularly for you, students, young people who are at the start of your careers, you want an America without the lid on. You want an America with future unbounded. Limits off. That's what you want. You want to have control over your own money. You don't want government to control your money. You want to be able to control your money. You want to be able to, when you have children, decide on the school they go to. You don't need the government to tell you that. And you want your own health care. You don't want government to tell you what doctor you can have. You don't want government to tell you what procedures you can have. You don't want government to tell you you should take this medicine instead of that medicine. You want to be able to make these choices for yourself and for your family. You want to be able to make your choices about your medicine with a doctor, not with a Hillary bureaucrat. You want a growth economy. You want a growth economy. You don't want an economy controlled by a bunch of bureaucrats put in charge of your health care, put in charge of your schools, put in charge of your tax money. America works because America has a big private sector, not because America has a big central government. So we're going to need a president who takes care of overspending, overtaxing, overregulating, and oversuing. We sue too much. We need an America in which we put more restraint on the amount of suing that goes on in this country. Do you remember the case? Do you remember the case a couple of months ago? There was a guy in Washington who lost his pants. He did. He lost it. He went to the cleaners. He left his pants to the cleaners. The cleaners lost his pants. And he sued them for $54 million. You must have a lot of money in the pants? A lotto ticket. See, I used to be a U.S. attorney. That's a federal prosecutor. When somebody tells me they had $54 million pants, I want to know what's inside the pants. I get a little suspicious, I'm sorry. But he sued for $54 million. Well, the case went to trial. These poor people had to defend against a lawsuit for a $54 million pair of pants. He lost the case. They won the case. They were just two people that ran a cleaning store. But you know how much it cost them to win that case? $100,000 in legal fees. That's a lot of money to people running a store with a small business. Well, he should have to pay them the $100,000 he cost.